How's it going, all you Glendo goobers out there? Looks like the pilot just turned on the fasten your seatbelt sign, so buckle up, because today we are talking about the new action thriller, Plane. So this is a movie that I feel like not a lot of people have heard about. The marketing department must be slacking because the only time I ever saw any promotional material for this was when I was actually at the movies. I talked to a lot of different friends telling them I was going to see it, and a majority of them didn't know what movie I was talking about. So it's like I only ever saw the trailers for this when I was at the movies, which I'm at quite a bit because I have Regal Unlimited. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Regal Unlimited, any movie, anytime, no weekly limits, $21 a month. All right, I got my court-mandated Regal Unlimited plug out of the way. So now we can, dive, or maybe I should say we should crash right into this movie review. See what I did there? Because it's about a plane crash. You guys get it.
But I'm gonna be butt ass naked so the wind could just be hitting my balls and shit. Hey, bro, watch your jet. Watch your jet, bro. Watch your jet!
So I'm actually a little surprised to be saying this right now, but Plane might be one of my favorite action movies in the last 20 years, which I was shocked at how good this movie was. I went in thinking it was going to be okay, just like a generic action movie, but I was just surprised at just how much I enjoyed this movie. A lot of other people that are reviewing it, they've all been saying kind of the same thing. It's fun as hell, and it reminds them of like a 90s action movie, which I totally agree with. Getting into kind of the plot, it is about a passenger airline, and the captain his name is Brody, and on the flight is a prisoner who's being extradited on like murder charges. And as they are flying over the South China Sea, their plane gets struck by lightning and it goes down, and it lands on this small island in the Philippines that's run by militias and separatist groups. And basically, while the pilot and the prisoner are away, most of the crew and the passengers, they get kidnapped by these militia members, and they are being held captive for money. They want money.
$50 American. Hey, bye. Please donate. We need the money.
So the captain, Brody, and this prisoner, they have to work together to rescue the rest of the crew and the passengers, and it's obviously a big uphill struggle because they're just two people, and it is like an island full of militia. It is like a small army, and it's just two people versus basically an entire army, and the odds are definitely not in their favor.
There's too many crooks. Too many crooks. Too many crooks.
So something that I think the movie does really well is with building its tension. Obviously, it's a movie about a plane crash, and the scene where the plane is actually crashing, I just felt so much anxiety, even though I knew that the main character was going to survive because the plane crash happened in the first half hour of the movie, and obviously I know he survives. I was on the edge of my seat during that whole thing. It was kind of scary. And honestly, I feel like next time I'm on a flight, if I feel any turbulence, I'm going to freak out. I'm just going to go feral on that plane. It was very stressing.
No. Wait.
And actually, when he eventually, lands the plane, like, in this island, there was this old lady sitting a couple rows ahead of me, and she started clapping and cheering when he made the landing, and I don't know, that was kind of goofy. So, like I just said, the plane crash scene, it happens very quickly in this movie. This is a very fast-paced movie. It doesn't really take the time to become like a thought-provoking story, which is totally fine because that's not what this movie is. This is just a fun, exciting action thriller, and it does what it set out to be, which was great. So the main character, Brody, is played by Gerard Butler, and he did a great job. In a lot of action movies, it feels like the star of the movie is this indestructible, badass tank who just dishes out ass-kicking and does a good job, And it can get a little boring because it's like they're indestructible. There isn't really any stakes. Brody isn't like that. Brody, when he gets into fights, he gets the shit kicked out of him, and he just barely gets out alive. He's not some, expert Marine boxer. He's not like some insanely skilled fighter. He's just a regular dude. He's a pilot. And even like when he kills people, he has a visceral reaction. I think there was one scene where he almost throws up after he kills someone, which is super realistic because that's probably how I would act, Alongside Brody is the prisoner played by Mike Coulter. You might know him from Luke Cage. And he is the badass. He's a former military person turned convict, but he is just a tank of a man, and he just takes out anyone who comes up to him, but he's used kind of sparingly in the movie. He's not the main character, Brody is. But something with his character that I wish they could have expanded upon is in the trailers and throughout the movie, it kind of is shown like, oh, there's more to this character than we see. And I feel like they just didn't really explain it that much. There's probably some scenes that got cut out of the movie that goes more into his character, but they just didn't make the final cut. So throughout the movie, he's there, he's taking out bad guys, and he's talking about how no one really wants to know what really happened with his crime. And by the end of the movie, we don't either. By the end of the movie, I'm just left there like, who are you, guy? Who are you?
Former military or something?
You could say that.
Then why'd they lock you up?
No one cares what really happened.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
So I talked about the thrills, now let's get into the action. The action in this movie was great. It was very well choreographed. There is the biggest action piece in the movie takes place right at the end. It's like a full-on little tiny battle war. This looked like something that would have been in like a Call of Duty game. Like it was just so cool, and it was choreographed very well.
Let's go! Let's fucking go! You're fucking go! You're let's go! Let's go! Watch the flag! To your right, Sam! Watch left!
And even the smaller action set pieces where there's like some stealth kind of taking out bad guys going on, or there's some like hand-to-hand combat scenes, it's very well made. It's very entertaining. The action was great. The thrills were great. I cannot believe how much I liked this movie. And like honestly, the only thing I could think of that I didn't like is the title, guys. They called it Plane. That's the most generic, stupid title ever. Why did they call it that? I get why they called it. It's about a plane crash, but still, it's so boring and icky, stinky. Come on, guys. You could have made this a better title. But anyway, that's my review. I liked this so much. I cannot believe how much I liked it. I'll give this movie like 8.2 Glendos out of 10. So do with that information what you will. Maybe check this movie out. You probably should. It came out in January, which is where like the studios usually like release their little stinkers, the ones that aren't good. But this is good. So check it out, please. Opening night, there was only like 3 other people in the theater. So yeah, go see it. Go support this movie. Okay, bye-bye.